everyone. Our Inside Look TV producers got to see John Leguizamo perform in Maryland at the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. We had the pleasure to interview him, but this was not the typical interview we usually do. We had a special guest host, MC of the event, Aida Rodriguez, an American comedian of Puerto Rican Dominican descent, best known for her appearance as a contestant on the 8th season of Last Comic Standing. Aida is also an actress, producer, and writer, and now a guest host of Inside Look TV magazine. John Leguizamo presented his work in progress, and he calls it Latin History for Dummies. Latin History for Dummies, straight off his new tour for a one-night-only engagement. In this performance, John assumes the role of hard-hitting history teacher, guiding audiences through his biting, comedic take on 500 years of Latin history. Leguizamo's Latin History for Dummies is hilarious, satirical, and even educational. Let's roll the tape.
I am moved to no end to bring out one of my heroes, and I say that from the bottom, the deepest place in me. He is actually embodies just everything. He's amazing. He just made the backstage fun and funny while he was stretching, getting ready for his show. Are you ready for John Leguizamo? All right, I give you John Latin History for Dummies. Let's go.
Okay, overnight, your history textbooks to the chapter you'll all become very familiar with in line chapter 11. Right, what did the Greeks contribute to the world besides feta cheese? All right, Mr. Leguizamo, before you crap your pants. Yo, Mr. Spear, Greeks, were fucking highly sculpted peoples and niggas and shit, and yo, without them, we wouldn't have no motherfucking history, because, yo, the bitch-ass Greeks had myths, and a myth is a female moth. Well, you're lucky you made it this far. Because, yo, they cut the supplies, the class was like 45, 50 kids per class. We were a full... You'll soon realize why, too. Back to the concept of zero, and my great-great-great-grandmother was an Indian prison.
What's up, everybody? This is Aida Rodriguez, guest interviewing for Inside Look, and I am here with the ever so talented and powerful John Leguizamo. How you doing, John?
Thank you, Ida. Nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you for
so we just
me here.
No, you're amazing. We just watched your work in progress, right?
Yeah.
It is Latin History for Dummies.
Yeah, that's it. That's mostly everybody. That's most everybody out there, most everybody in this room. Because our history is kind of like not around, and it's not put in history in books. It's not put in television. It's not in the History Channel, and it's sorely missing. So I was trying to make it funny, and hopefully I want to go to public schools with it and jails. And I meant seriously, when I went to jails, I want to go to jails with it.
No, when you do public schools, jail.
They're very similar structure.
So tell us what inspired this. Like, where were you when you said, I'm going to do a show about educating people about the history of the Latinos in America?
Well, when I started reading them, I started doing a lot of history and historical research and reading about everything we've done, and all of a sudden I realized, whoa, wait a minute, how come I don't know this? How come this incredible fact isn't out there? We've done amazing things, and they're nowhere to be seen. There's no biopic movies of us, of all our heroes. From the Revolution, we've been here through the Revolutionary War, Civil War, 1812. I mean, we've been around, and nobody ever tells these stories. So I felt like it was kind of important to just start putting it out there and make people go do the rest of the research themselves. You know, I just spark their interest.
So this one man format is kind of your thing. This is yeah. You just perfected it, and like I said, I keep saying I scrape my change to go to New
show too, right?
Yeah, and now I'm already like, you sparked it in me again. How do you have time to do all the things that you do? Because I know you have some film stuff always going on.
I don't have the time. I don't. I'm exhausted all the time. Yeah, no, it's kind of rough with kids and everything, and You know, things just go slower, you know. I mean, back in the day, I would just spend all my time doing the one-man show. Like, it takes me 3 years to put them together. But now it'll take longer because I go do a movie, and then I have to try to get back up to speed with the show, and then you do another movie, and then, yeah, it's kind of rough. But I still enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah, we enjoy watching you. Now, speaking of movies, what do you have going on now?
Yeah, thank you. Good segue. My movie, Fugly, that I wrote with Kathy DeMarco is out on Vimeo, and then it'll be on video on demand and iTunes next week. And it's a story, it's based on an incident that happened when I was 12. And it was my first day of junior high school, and I had my afro all blowed out and everything, and it rained, and it got all soggy, and I got into the class, and he goes, you fugly, look at fugly Leguizamo, and it was like, fugly, Lily, fugly, for like about a year of my life. But who's laughing now? Ha!
So you're working on that, so what about stand-up, straight stand-up comedy? Is that something that you're going to be going out to do, or is it just going to be the one-man format?
No, I never did stand-up. I was always, you know, in performance art spaces. I did improv, I did sketch comedy, and then I did theaters. You know, I did a lot of theaters, and this is the first time I've been performing in comedy clubs, but it's an education for both of us, because the audience is not used to somebody reading and doing long format and doing a play with a beginning, middle, and end, and I'm not used to being in a place where they want a setup and a joke like that. But it's good, because I want the piece to really work with kids and people who have short attention spans, so that's why I'm doing comedy clubs.
Okay, so now one of the questions that I always ask people who are such a force, and I know many of us want to know, who inspires you? Oh
man, I had a lot of people inspire me. I mean, Spalding Gray, one of the great personal monologists, I can't even say it anymore. Eric Bogosian put the sex and rock and roll into one-man shows. Whoopi Goldberg put the ghetto poetry, and Lily Tomlin, Richard Pryor, of course. I mean, there's been lots and lots of great inspirations. We're not spontaneous generations, you know, we all come from something. I just took a little bit of what everybody had, and I turned it into an autobiographical play. So that was my contribution to the one-man show.
Yeah, I enjoyed you in a time of cholera, so because you were there. All right, so and then the last thing that I want to ask you is, you said in history, you see they don't do the biopics, they don't do the stuff about us and our history. If you had your druthers and you could play one person in history in a film, who would that be? Would be your biopic?
Wow, that's interesting. I mean, now that I've been reading about all these cats, I really dig the revolutionary guy Galvez. I mean, it'd be interesting to see a Latin person in the 1700s being an important force that turned the war around towards the Americans. I mean, that'd be great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again, after you check out Fugly on Vimeo, and go see Ghetto Clown on HBO on demand. All right?
John Leguizamo is great, and thank you, Aida, for joining us and helping out Inside Look TV. You can look for Aida and her latest work by going to funnyaida.com, and also look for John Leguizamo's tour schedule that includes his invited guest and stand-up comedian from New York, Ricky Velez. And let me tell you, he was amazing.
That motherfucker right there. There's a baby down there. They sent me to Norway. If you ever want to feel ugly, go to Norway. Everybody's a fucked up scenario. What do you do as a man? You fight them. That's what a man does. You gotta fight them. You don't fight them, other dudes are gonna put fingers in your pocket. It's fight time. Not me, I have anxiety. I just turned to him and said, no thank you. That's all I said.
Aida Rodriguez again. Look, so let's just get into it. You're performing with John Leguizamo. You just got back from Europe. You're like blowing up right now. What's going on?
Having a good couple of weeks. I'm having a good, they can all take it from me sooner or later. But no, it's been great. Working with John is insane. I mean, it's somebody I grew up. I got in trouble for watching one of his specials when I was a kid. Like, I mean, he's amazing. He's exactly what I want him to be too. Nicest guy. I've been having a great time.
So you were in Europe. You were touring there, right? Tell us about that a little bit.
It was amazing. I got to go to places I've never seen in my life. Not usually traveling all through Scandinavia, but I got to, and it was beautiful. The crowds were unbelievable. Loved every single. I got to go to Iceland, which was just mind-blowing. They don't even have trees there, so it's like you don't even think people live there. And then you're like, okay, this is weird. It looks like
one is Iceland, and that's the pretty one, and then Greenland.
Greenland is like snow, I believe. Yeah, I didn't go there. Okay, yeah.
So,
but I actually had people taking pictures with me because they had never met a Puerto Rican before over there.
Oh, wow.
In Iceland. They're just like, you're Puerto Rican, really? Can we take a picture? I was like, no.
Jennifer Lopez is the only one they know, right? So what's next for you? What is it? What's the big picture? What do you want to do with yourself?
Just keep doing stand-up. I love stand-up so much. It's my favorite part of my day every day. So I just keep going, and hopefully it just leads to more. I like the doors it opens, so I just continue doing that.
And where can people find you?
Internet, Twitter, Ricky Velez, and Facebook, and website, rickyvelez.com.
rickyvelez.com. Keep looking out for him. He's a force. Let this segment be a reminder to you that Puerto Rico is live and alive in comedy. John Leguizamo, Ricky, Aida Rodriguez. We are signing off for Inside Look. Thank you so much.
Great stuff, right? Make sure you check out Ricky Velez at rickyvelez.com. Well, that's it for this segment of Inside Look TV Magazine. A special thank you to Aida Rodriguez for making this segment possible. Don't forget to support your local artists and comedians, and be sure to follow us online for more information on events and celebrities that we cover. For Inside Look TV Magazine, I'm your host, Jane Ruby.
Contribute to the world besides better cheese.